Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 here on the PS5. It's our hardcore series, the series where we make things as difficult as we can for ourselves by imposing additional regulations on top of the hard difficulty settings. Tonight it's round 8, we're heading to Barcelona for the Spanish Grand Prix. And so here we are, ready to prep and hit the track at the Circuit de Catalunya in Barcelona. Coming off the back of another bad race. We had moments where we were doing okay in Monaco, but it ended up with a double DNF and unfortunately more expense planned for expensive engine parts as well. We are starting to lack a little in pace. We're obviously wearing out our engines a little bit quicker than I would be comfortable with, partly down to just having to run hard and also partly down to the fact that we keep crashing, which isn't good. This is the last race until we get some new wings for our car. We've got front wings and rear wings in development. They will be ready after this Grand Prix, and we'll have those on the car ready for Montreal, the Canadian Grand Prix, which will be tomorrow night's race. So not sure how we're going to do tonight. We might have to be a bit conservative with tyres. This is a circuit where tyre wear is quite harsh. I do like to normally go a little bit aggressive with the tyres and go for like an aggressive two-stop. Can't really do that tonight. Otherwise we are going to burn out our tyres and just have no chance at all of being in a position to capitalise on anything, which would not be good. So we'll have to make do, see how we could, how things go. I really don't think we're going to score any points tonight. I think it's going to be another difficult race where we're going to be sort of around 12th, 13th, 14th. If we take a look at the car analysis, you can see our speed has dipped slightly, so is our acceleration in relation to the rest of the grid. We've gone from 17th to 18th now, and our acceleration's gone from 3rd to 4th. Our downforce has slipped again a little bit. We still have horrifically bad dirty air tolerance. And our cooling has even slipped a little bit as well. Yeah, this is not going to be a fun race. This is going to be a grind, this one. We might get lucky and get something out of it. Safety cars do happen at Barcelona. We're going to be praying for one at the right time to help us out. But beyond that, yeah, like I said, I don't think we're getting points tonight. I think this is just a treading water race for us until we can get those new wings. I really hope I'm wrong. I really hope we can pull off something, but I'm not feeling it tonight, I don't think. How you doing, Mr. Otter? It's good to see you. I hope you're well rested after our streaming last night. Right, let's set some targets for tonight's race. Let's see. So we have our quali target, which is one in the top 15 for 5 races. We are 2 races through on that already. We've got a new finish position streak, 2 in the top 15 for 2 races. I'm hopeful we can achieve that. The incentive is to finish with 1 in the top 15. We are not getting the fastest lap tonight, so I'm not even going to try for that. However, with the incentive to get 2 into Q3, which is not happening, then we will have a go at 2 in the top 15 and both into Q2. I think we'll have enough pace to do that. We have in the last couple of ones. And yeah, that's it for our incentives and guarantees for tonight. We do have a wet race tonight. Actually, that might change the tyre situation. That might allow us to be a little bit more aggressive with tyres. I completely forgot it was going to be a wet race tonight. All right, well, maybe we can pull something off. Let's head to Barcelona and start practice.
Thank you for joining us for the Spanish Grand Prix here in Barcelona. The Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya is familiar to every driver, with F1 and Junior Series often racing and testing here. It's a proving ground for aerodynamics, so many new car parts are brought to Barcelona to see how they can handle the track. Barcelona is a tricky circuit to balance. The technical corners demand high downforce, but that means adding stress to tyres and potentially limiting race strategies if teams go too far.
Red Bull have outscored their rivals to be at the top of the constructors' table right now. But that could still change with so many rounds left ahead of us.
So stay with us for all the race weekend thrills.
Ah, damn it, I am muted. How did that happen? Oh, yeah, okay. Ah, dear. I know how that happened, that's my bad. Right, so yeah, we're putting Lawson in the car for De Vries. We're going 20 laps for Barcelona. Let's pick a setup. I have lots of setups for Barcelona. Let's go with a slightly more conservative one. A 14.5 on the rear wing. We'll go with an 8.5 on the front. A 9.1 on the roll bar. A minus 2.95 and 0.3. There we go. Thanks for the heads up as well, Mr. Watto, on that one. I was completely oblivious. Right, now for Yuki. Let's see, are there any parts we can swap out? No, no, and no. We're still stuck on these ones. Fuel, 20 laps. There we go. Drop those settings. And let's go with a slightly more aggressive setup. We'll go with a 9.5 on the front and a 14 on the rear. A 6.4, a 3.4, and a 0.95. There we go. And in terms of compounds, we are going to put Lawson on the softs. There we go. And let's send them out to the track.
Richard. Yeah, what else? Loud and clear. A bit less curb.
After the stream last night, I decided to do some RoboCop streaming, just a no commentary run, just so people could get some idea of the gameplay footage. And I only meant to do maybe 2 hours or so, and I ended up doing 5 1/4. So there's a whole chunk of RoboCop footage on the channel for people who are still on the fence about whether or not they want to get the game. 5 hours of content for you to have a watch through there. Finishing off with a fight against an R08, which was kind of cool. Going to be doing some more RoboCop tonight after this as well. Again, it will be a no commentary stream. So once this race is done, I'll take a break. I'll have some food, and then maybe 20 minutes, half an hour after we finish tonight's race, I'll fire at RoboCop, pick up from where we left off last night, and I'll stream until I get tired again, which will probably end up being another 4 or 5 hours maybe. I don't know. I didn't get a huge amount of sleep. I was up in the end till I don't know, about 11ish this morning. Just couldn't sleep after the stream, and so I've only had a couple of hours sleep today. So I might do a short stream of RoboCop tonight. It depends how tired I am. But I'm awake at the moment. Let's speed our drivers up and get some feedback from them.
Mate, what's going on? Stand by, stand by. Any feedback, Yuki?
Alright, we got feedback from Yuki, and it's not great.
Copy.
78%, that's not too bad. And that's going to be a change to the toe, not toe, sorry, the roll bar and the rear wing, I would imagine. Probably the front wing as well. Let's leave him out until he finishes the stint. Just waiting on feedback from Lawson. Oh, and his is even worse, 69. That is not nice.
Copy.
We're going to call him in. Get that car turned around as quickly as we can. Brief yellow flag there. I'm guessing someone just ran wide, maybe. Right, what do we need to fix? Oh, everything. Everything needs to be fixed. All right, let's have a look at the book. We've got, like I say, I've got a ton of setups. That shouldn't actually be a... Oh, no, it could be a 9-1, but... I was looking at a different one. The one above it in the book is an 8-2, but very similar. So the rear wing needs to change to a 14. I'm going to go quite controversial on this one. I'm going to go up to a 10, a 14, a 6-4. a 3.3. That might be too much. Yeah, that's too much. Alright, so instead of that then, let's try an 8, 14, 7, 3, a 3.4, and a 1. That's closer. It's not quite there. Let me go with something like that. See how that works. Yeah, this is one of the circuits where I've got a ton of setups in the book, and it's actually harder the more setups you have in that respect, because you're constantly looking, okay, which one of these can I now try instead of the one that I just tried that doesn't work. And with more setup ranges as well, it makes it much harder to pinpoint exactly which way you need to go in the initial, you know, alterations. Whereas a circuit like Imola, for example, has a very narrow setup window. That was usually very easy to set up. Jeddah is relatively easy to set up. Baku has setups that are all slightly different, but within a very narrow range. So again, it's not too difficult to find a setup there. If you had a good amount of time, what makes it tricky is the fact that you only have the one practice session before you go into qualifying. But this is one of those circuits where I've got a huge different range of setups. You know, roll bars going from a 6.4 all the way up to a 9.1. Front wings going from an 8 all the way up to a 10. Rear wings on 14s and 14.5s. Camber that goes all the way up to a 3.45 to a minus 2.85. Toe that goes from a 0.1 to a 1. Well, from a 0 to a 1. It's just a huge, massive range of different setup windows. Makes it very difficult to pinpoint exactly which one you need with this circuit. And this needs to be a 14.5. So let's pull that down to an 8.5. 14.5. Let's go to an 8.2. A 3.05. I'm looking at that and I don't think this is going to work now. And a 0.4. No, that's not going to work. Alright. What else can we try? Let's go 8.5, 14, 7, 3. Oh no, we don't need a 14, we need a 14.5. See what I mean? Okay. 8, 14.5, 8.2, 3.2, and a 0.6. That's closer. If I just go to an 8.5, and we'll try that. So many variations of possible ranges.
Almost a double the ball.
Well, at least you didn't.
So let's take a look
That's
at
something.
the replay.
I will
Let's
accept
watch
your,
these cars as they head into turn 10.
apology there, Yuki.
And
At least you were in
just
front of those cars
They
and
were
not
just
behind them, so
unable
you
to
didn't
do
torpedo
much
into
about
them
it.
and break more bits.
How's the tyre feeling?
Doesn't fill me with confidence though. Going into the race, if he's going to start making mistakes in practice when he's not pushing at all. Evening, Derek. Need oh no, wait, got the feedback 91%, so big improvement for Lawson's car. It's not quite there yet. Alright, so what did we put on Lawson first? It was a 9-1, wasn't it? So we will go to an 8-2 then. Or was it a 6-4? No, it was a 9-1 and we moved it to a 7-3. We'll go with an 8-2 then, split the difference. Don't really want to make too big a change there. Let's try that. Evening, Baron.
What's your limitation?
Oh, there we go. Big improvement for Yuki. Just a couple of clicks of toe and he is perfect. That's what we like to see. Okay, so let's take a quick spy on the rest of the grid, see what they're doing with their engines for this Grand Prix. That'll determine whether we have any chance of points or not. Oh wow, look at the state of oh no, that's Lawson's car. Leclerc's put a new engine in and is using a new ERS tonight as well. Same for Sainz, newish engine. They'll have been brand new in the last race, I would imagine. Let's look at McLaren. Piastri's running old stuff, but a newish gearbox. Same for Norris. Max is onto new bits. Mercedes are onto new bits. Brand new engine and ERS tonight for both Mercedes. Ocon is on newish engine and a brand new ERS. Same with Gasly. Albon's still on old stuff. And so Sargent, that's good. Magnussen is on newish gearbox and engine. Hulkenberg's on a newish engine. The Alphas have upgraded, but we still have more pace than them, so that's okay. The Astons are still running old bits. Very old bits for Alonso there. So a real mixture of drivers running, old and new stuff. The fact that Norris and Piastri are running older bits is definitely good for us, but it's not enough other cars that are running old engines, etc. Stuff that's going into the yellow, maybe even the orange. So that does mean we may still struggle, unfortunately. But with rain, a well-timed pit stop can really transform our chances. Depending on the type of rain as well, if it's going to fluctuate or if it's going to stay heavy. Right, De Vries's gearbox will last this full run, so that's good. We're going to put him in for 44 laps of fuel. Drop that pace stuff down. Yuki, we need to do those 2 clicks. So which way do we need to go? I'm going to go that way. See how that works. And we're going to run him for, let's see, 28 laps, I think, on those mediums, and let's set them out.
Green. A bit less curb. Copy.
It's alright, Turf. I'm fully aware of how to set my cars up, but I appreciate the contribution. Evening, Farah.
We've got a yellow flag here.
Alright, feedback is about ready to drop. Did we go the right way with that toe change for Yuki? Yes, we did. Excellent stuff. That car is dealt with. And we've gone backwards with De Vries. That is not so good. Have to let that one ride, and then we'll just have to make changes. Alright, Sonoda has finished his run. 72% is okay. We can finish that off on softs in the next session. Robocop looked like fun. It is fun. Yeah. I mean, I think a big part of that fun is I just have a huge love of the original movie. I enjoyed the second movie as well. We will not talk of the third movie, but yeah, I really enjoyed those movies. The first two, the first one is one of my all-time favourites. It's just such a great film. So many quotable lines, and I regularly roll those out when I'm gaming with a couple of buddies. And yeah, a lot of faithful recreations of the original settings has been put into that game. They have definitely respected the source material. I do think that someone who's not a fan of Robocop is going to get anywhere near as much out of the game as I'm getting out of it. If you're looking for just a a kind of a, I don't know really how to describe it. It's not really a first-person shooter, but it has first-person shooter elements. It's not really an RPG, but it has RPG elements. It's kind of like a hybrid with a bit of detection gaming going on there as well. A little bit like when you're analysing clues in Batman, or maybe a little bit like LA Noire. There's some elements, a mixture of different elements of different styles of games thrown in there and kind of put together. But yeah, it does respect the original source material, and it has faithfully tried to faithfully recreate as much of that as it can. It really is a lot of fun if you're a Robocop fan. Maybe less so if you're not. I don't know. As someone who's not a non-Robocop fan, I can't really say, but I can only give the fan perspective. But yeah, I'm having a blast with it. Right, into practice 3. We're going to be putting softs on for Yuki, and we're going to run him for 26 laps of fuel. Should be enough. His setup is done. We went backwards in the last session. We're still not there with the roll bar. Is it really going to be a 9-1? I mean, it could be. If we made some changes, maybe. I'm not 100% convinced. Broken the front wing as well, or the rear wing, sorry, so I guess that has to be, let me revert back, work from there. Maybe it needs to be, I really don't know which way to go on this. I'll go to a 6-4. We'll try working from a 6-4. Let's pull that front wing back a bit. Nope, that's got to go up. That's going to break the front wing, the rear wing as well. I just don't know which way to go on this one. This one is kicking my ass. That's not enough of a change, I don't think. Can't be a 9-1. Surely not. I don't feel confident in that, but we're going to go with that and see how that works. Now just for King Kong. Yeah, not going to happen. I would say, yeah, only if someone else pays for it, but I don't even want anyone to give that developer money. You know, they do not deserve it at all. That game is awful. It's so bad. It looks like the barest minimum of effort went into it. Right, fuel for debris, so let's go with 36 laps of fuel. That gearbox should last. Yeah, okay, let's send them out. Evening, Victor.
Green light, green light.
Robocop was mentioned in Guardians 3. Yes, yeah. I mean, it wasn't really referenced much, it was just kind of like a throwaway line, but it's not like they brought Robocop into the MCU. Alright, feedback incoming.
How's the car?
Happy.
Copy that.
Is that the same? Is it not save the changes again? I hate it when it does that. It hasn't saved the pissing changes. Spent all that time farting about trying to find the setup, and then it just doesn't save what we did. I hate when it does that. So now I've only got one more shot at this. Ah, good to hear, Farah. Yeah, glad your dad's still improving. That's probably the most important thing. But a new cat and mouse will definitely help improve things as well. Please, please, please let this be the setup for Nick. Ah, it's even worse. Oh my god.
Copy.
I just don't know where I'm going wrong on this one. It's kicking the crap out of me, this car. So, now I have to decide whether to roll back to a 91 and just accept that, or just go for a guess in qualifying and see what it ends up as. Has narrowed the window down, so that will make it easier to identify. I tried a 7.3 and it wouldn't. That's got to be somewhere about there. I'm not sure on the front wing. That could be anywhere. Right, last roll of the dice. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm going to go with. And so we're going into qualifying blind now.
Qualifying is coming.
Oh, that gearbox only just survived. Right, 69% engine, 55% ERS, new gearbox. Just the one flying lap on the first run. We'll change gearboxes after qualifying, I think. Yeah, there we go. Right, let's see what we can do.
Green light. Just warm my tires.
Yeah.
Oh wait, 50% is the cut-off for the engines, isn't it? They go down after 50. I'm
start
going
to work on the
to have to
brakes.
go with a new engine for Yuki tonight, I think. I was trying to hold off until, well, no, I suppose I could stick it out here. Oh, I kind of want to hold off putting a new engine in the cars until we get to Canada when we get our new wings.
Gap ahead is good. Okay, we've got to go.
Right, Mr. Vries going to hit traffic with that Red Bull. Yes, he is. It's just a question of where we catch it now. Not ideal catching it in turn 4, but I don't think we lost any time there. At least we didn't catch it here. This would have been a disaster. So Yuki sets the pace with a 1:14.2.
This is in lap. This is in lap. Copy.
The Vries is just a little bit slower.
Delta stay negative. Cool the car on the way in.
Close to Hamilton. Got to figure there's going to be an improvement though. No, let's go with 2 laps. It does not sound healthy, does it?
Go one. Okay, track is clear. Recharge off and push.
Bottas moving out of the way nicely. Yuki might have got held up in the first turn there behind Zhou, I'm not sure. Okay, I don't think there was any improvement on that lap. Oh no, very much slower. 9/10 of a second slower. Ooh. Alright, what about Sonoda? 3/10 slower. So no improvement for either driver. That is not encouraging. Sargent must be on an in-lap. Yeah, he is. Okay, that's good. Don't have to worry about slipstreaming. Everyone's filing out in front of us. Oh, great. We're going to hit traffic.
You're clear. You should be clear to push.
It's not going to be an issue for Sonoda, but it's definitely going to be, well, not a big
Straight
issue for
out,
Sonoda,
track
but
is
it's
clear.
definitely going to be an issue for De Vries.
Okay, let's go.
Need these two to jump out of the way on this approach. And they do. A slight lift though. Now Yuki's got to get through past this Alpine. That's better, got through cleanly. Again, no improvement though. Oh, this is not a great place to catch a back marker. And still no improvement for De Vries. Definitely got held up there. No improvement for Yuki either. So we've already peaked. That first lap was our best lap. That's not good. A slight improvement in the final sector.
You're at peak 30.
But only in the final sector, it's not enough.
Front switch cool and box.
Copy.
And no improvement for Yuki, so have we done enough to get through?
We are P12. This is Ilap. This is Ilap.
Alonso, Norris, Zhou, Piastri and Albon are all on flying laps. We know Alonso's going to get through. Alonso has improved up to 7th. Piastri doesn't improve. Albon stays 15th. Norris is out as well, and Zhou's not going to improve enough. So we are through. But 13th and 14th is probably where we're going to finish, unless we can do some magic in the pits. Alright, we're going to go one flying lap on the old tyres. And then 2 flying laps on the next set.
2. Should be green.
Yeah, and these are going to be very slow laps, so we're just going to whiz through these.
delta negative. So cool as much as you can.
Copy.
Follow the reference. This is in lap, this is in lap.
Copy.
Oh, I forgot to change the tyres.
Yeah, agree.
Pit limiter on. Stop in front of the garage.
There we go. Alright, so, touch wood. We can actually do some good improvements on both laps here. Right, we're going to get a clean lap with both of our drivers on this lap, and then hopefully we can improve on the next one. Definitely going to get De Vries into peak confidence on this lap. Hopefully we'll be able to do that with Yuki, but I think we might just fall short of peak confidence at the end of this run. And he's not up in the first sector. How is he not up in the first sector on brand new tyres? Come on, Yuki. De Vries is absolutely flying at the moment. Yuki's having a nightmare. What is going on? Well, the engine's not great, but I mean, come on. Brand new tyres. So De Vries has moved up to 13th. And he's 1.5 tenths off of Hulkenberg. He's nearly 5 tenths ahead of Yuki. We really need to see something special from Tsunoda on this next lap.
So gap ahead is good. Go.
There we go, got a personal best in the first sector. No improvement for De Vries so far. Might not get any more out of him. Oh, God damn it. Pissing Albon. That's just ruined Yuki's lap.
P13 now. Make sure we're cooling the car.
Copy.
After all that, because of that massive lift we had to do because of Albon, we only gained 7/100ths of a second. That's ridiculous. So we are out in 13th and 14th. Make that 13th and 15th because Albon, having screwed us over, then jumps us. Ugh. Frustrated already. Let's have a look at the Q3 results. And it's Checo on pole position, ahead of Charles Leclerc, with Max in third, Alonso fourth, and Sainz, Hamilton, Russell, Stroll, Gasly, and Ocon.
Race day has arrived, and the time has almost come for these drivers to fight it out, wheel to wheel.
Barcelona is a circuit with plenty of history under its belt. It was here, after all, that multiple world champion Max Verstappen secured his very first F1 victory back in 2016.
Now we see Yuki Tsunoda there, Karun. How do you think he's going to be feeling?
I don't think there can be any real complaints over their performance so far. They know what's expected of them, and they're making sure to deliver.
Well, Formula One is back in Barcelona, and the teams have got their work cut out for them.
So we know we're going to have a wet race. How wet is it going to be? Let's take a look. Very. But it's going to start off on dry tyres. So we're going to need to switch to inters, because there is going to be that period before it goes to full wets. I'm going to pencil in a stop on lap 24, but we might come in earlier. Not sure how quickly that rain's going to really affect the track. Then we're going to have to go full wets, I think, potentially. Somewhere probably around about here. If we go for 5 laps on those full wets before they're ready, we're going to do massive damage to them. We're also going to be horrendously slow and lose a massive amount of time, way more than we would if we, boxed for inters and then boxed again for wets. We are going to have to nip back onto inters potentially somewhere around about here, maybe, and then potentially back onto wets again at the very end. So we'll program in the strategy on De Vries, and then we'll just wing it in terms of tyre changes on Tsunoda's car based on how things are going on that strategy. I think as well, starting on the mediums might be the best option. Yeah. So we'll start Tsunoda on a set of medium tyres. In terms of fuel, we are going to take some fuel out. We're going to take 2 laps out. We will be able to recover that fuel relatively easily in the wet, especially when it gets very wet. You can push fuel, to its max and still gain fuel when it's very, very wet. We're going to go a little aggressive off the line with the tyres, but not too aggressive. let's send them to the track.
The stage is set here in Barcelona as we get ready for 66 laps of the Spanish Grand Prix. Yuki Tsunoda will be hoping things go his way today.
This marks their 50th start at Formula One. Can they celebrate that milestone with a strong finish?
But there's no more time left. We've got a race on our hands. This is it. It's the Spanish Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Technically, this was only race number 49 for Yuki Tsunoda because they didn't race at Imola this year, but obviously we have.
We can fight.
Copy.
Oh, someone's had a big crash in front. That's an Aston. That's Stroll and Gasly coming together. I was just about to say we got through turn 1 without any drama, and then the drama hit on turn 2. Oh, there's drama on turn 1 as well, Piastri. So, big drama. Multiple crashes on the first lap. It's nice not to be involved in those. And we're up to 11th and 13th, and that's maybe made our job a little easier.
As for the team back in the garage, that was a tough moment to watch.
So we're up to 11th and 13th. Stroll and Bottas have penalties. Gasly is down the order as well, which helps us. Like I say, if we can do some magic with our pit stops, we might actually be in with a chance of some points here today. So Gasly stayed out. Has he got any damage? Let's have a look. I'm not seeing any substantial damage there. Actually, there's a lot of cars on soft tyres. They're going to have to box. If we look after our tyres, we could potentially
Back off now. Yes.
go all the way to the rain, unless that rain comes early.
Back off, back off, back off.
Yeah.
We might see some guys having to box. Well, we're definitely going to have to see a box for Bottas. Those tyres are definitely not going to make it. Stroll's tyres might, if he's really careful with them. Max has really pushed his tyres. 82. Unless he's deliberately gone for a set of scrubs at the start.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
So we could be nicely placed here.
So it's P1313.
We've dropped off the back of Hulkenberg, which is to be expected.
Behind.
Slower car and on a softer, on a harder compounded tyre.
No gas available.
Big lift off.
Yeah, copy that.
And let's just see what we can do from here. We are going to be vulnerable to these Williams drivers for the next couple of laps. De Vries in particular is going to be vulnerable to Albon. Hopefully Tsunoda can stay with the pair of them. DRS will definitely help that. And there's Albon going through already. Okay, that's all right. Means we can start the harvesting a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
And for now, we're going to tell Yuki to just stay behind De Vries.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
Charge on.
Copy.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Oh, my chat window's disappeared again. Let's see if I can get that back. There we go. Ah, God, YouTube has just been so temperamental these last few weeks.
Recharge on. Recharge on.
Copy.
Stroll is still a little bit off the pace. Again, no visible signs of damage to that car. Tyres have taken a little bit of a knock.
Recharge on.
Okay.
Recharge on. Recharge on.
Copy.
Oh, Norris with a little bit of a late look at the back of Sargent there. Oh, and now Yuki's in trouble. He's just dipped out of range. Sargent's going to go through.
Pack up.
Copy that.
Oh God, Norris is going to try and get us as well. We're going to have to use the battery to fight that off.
No chance.
Keep your head down, Yuki. Use and deploy when you can.
Copy.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Copy.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Trying to play a delicate balancing act there. Charging and defending, and in the end we just took it a little bit too far.
Press and overtake.
Okay.
Recharge on.
Yeah, copy.
So we're about holding pace at the moment with Albon. Maybe losing a little touch here and there, but generally not too bad, considering that Williams is a better car than us, Albon's a better driver than De Vries, and he's on faster tyres. That is the current wear rate. As you can see, some of those soft runners are really burning through their tyres pretty quickly. So I'm really hoping this race is going to come back, well, this stint is going to come back to us. I'm hoping a lot of these guys are going to have to box off their softs before the rain comes. That's really going to be the key to our chances of moving up the order a little bit, is if they have to make that stop. If they don't, it's going to be a bit harder.
Overtake button.
Copy.
So let's push.
Copy.
Try and force our way back past Sargent here.
Nice one.
Good job, Yuki. P13, Yuki. P13. Charge on.
Copy.
Stay in range, stay in range, stay in range. Yes, there we go. Ooh, Ooh, yellow flag. What was that for? Oh, lock up for Piastri. That means very little, unfortunately.
Charge on.
Copy.
As Gasly's punching his way through now. So let's not take any risks.
And you are free to use the energy when you want.
Copy.
Overtake button.
Copy.
And Stroll has caught up at last as well. Getting a little crowded now. Gasly just went straight past Tsunoda like he wasn't even there.
I can.
Keep pushing, Yuki, keep pushing. Recharge on, recharge on.
Get debris back onto Tsunoda and away from Sargent.
Use deploy as much as you can.
Copy.
See if we can stay with Gasly. Probably not. Norris has now got through against Sargent.
Recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
No energy.
Yeah, A firm.
Bring the pack up.
Copy that.
Starting to get close to that rain. It's coming earlier than planned. Damn it. Alright, let's
We can push one more step
push
on
those tyres a little bit harder now then.
Copy.
Rain still coming.
Copy.
No, debris running a little wide. It's alright, didn't really cost him anything. It didn't damage the car either, which is the important thing. But underfloor intact. Pace just fell away dramatically on that lap. Track temperature's coming down. That's probably got something to do with it.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Copy.
Oh, we are losing so much time to Gasly at the moment. What is going on? Pace is just gone all of a sudden. Tsunoda's lost all his pace. Yuki.
So now you have Perry.
Okay.
We push flat out on tires.
Okay.
Damn, if I'd known it was going to rain this early, I would have... Oh, hello, Perez is boxing. Is this for Inters? If it is, it's early. It is. That's too early. I'm going to box Yuki this lap.
Box, Yuki, box.
Okay.
Yuki, we think is good for Inter.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Yeah, copy.
So about now is the perfect time to be making that stop. I didn't want to double stack our cars because one of them would get, you know, the Vries would get stuck horribly in the pits. And if Tsunoda had any kind of problem, that would be a disaster for De Vries. But now I'm wondering, should I have kept him out? Well, sorry, boxed him anyway.
A small lift off 12 the tires.
Yeah, copy.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Copy. Box.
Fox, slippy, caution.
Copy.
Yeah, maybe I should have double stacked. Sainz is still out there. Oh, that's a disaster for Sainz. And a lock-up for Alonso.
Now this was at turn 1. The wheels just lock up there.
Maybe he was
They
spooked
took
by
a
Hamilton
gamble,
coming out
and
the
it
pits.
was just too late.
But yeah, big lock-up there. Okay, so decent stop. We didn't lose any time. We got out and still in front of Norris. That was important.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Yeah, from.
So focus on bringing the tyres down.
Copy.
Use energy now.
Copy.
Floating button.
Copy.
Ah, that was contact. And De Vries has
You okay?
managed to avoid
Oh,
damaging his
what's happened
wing.
there with Nick De Vries?
But I saw that contact. Just a little touch. I think it was wheel on wheel.
And there, the cars make contact. And I don't think there's a lot of doubt
Once
as
again,
to
the
which car
replay
came off
is
worse
the incident
there.
off camera. This time we get through.
Anti-deploy when you can.
Okay.
Oh, we got a penalty for that. Come on. Sainz has gone straight to full wets. Ah, brave decision. He's going to be really slow for the next couple of laps until that heavy rain hits. Absolutely hammer these tyres.
Yep.
So with that penalty for De Vries, that pretty much kills any hope we had of getting him in the points, I think. Maybe we can get a little lucky with Tsunoda. All depends on when we can make that switch over onto full wets.
No more energy.
Copy that.
You're going to see our fuel level coming down quite quickly now as well, as the rain gets heavier. Alright, so Sainz coming up to the line. This is a first full flying lap, and he is 2 seconds slower than Tsunoda because of those full wets. That time will start to improve. It is getting a little bit wetter again. We're only a couple of laps away. Here comes Sainz around the corner to start the next lap. Let's see what time he does this time round. We might be only a lap away from making our pit stop. And Sainz is now improving to a 1:23.5. So the track is starting to come to those full wets. It's not quite there yet. And you can see the difference in time between Sainz and Leclerc. 1.5 seconds. We are closing down Albon. Gap's at 5 seconds at the moment. Stroll has got through past Joe and Norris now, so he's up to 15th. He's going to start hunting down Reese pretty soon. And I might well be boxing at the end of this lap. Can't really trust the weather centre that much. Everyone else is starting to make that switch to full wets now. I think we have to go this lap. Albon stayed out. Now, is that going to be the right call? Oh God, I forgot about the penalty. Well, at least we're getting it out the way early. Oh, mistake on the stop as well.
To clear on exit.
Oh, God damn it, Tsunoda.
Yeah, I'm good.
Come in. Yellow there.
Okay. I can't believe they just won.
Ah, God
Keep pushing,
damn it.
keep pushing. So we need one step more management.
Okay.
And now we're lapped.
Just take it easy.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think so.
Barcelona's 1.6 kilos of fuel a lap. I'm going to just start pushing the fuel now. So yeah, I think we can say goodbye to any chance of getting points tonight. Any faint hopes I had have already evaporated. And I'm just going to go full push on these tyres as well. Tsunoda's already taken a huge amount of life out of those tyres thanks to that spin. Max is boxing. What is that for? Is he getting onto Inters already? Oh, he's still waffle moving. Oh, wow. Okay. So we are unlapped now. I didn't realise Max had stayed out on inters. He's left it too long. That's hurting. Dropped him all the way down to 4th. Ooh, was that contact? That was very close. Still holding off Norris, but not really moving anywhere at the moment. Albon is still comfortably clear of us. And it looks like we are now starting to edge away from Norris. I think De Vries might be catching him as well. We'll find out across the line what the times are. Oh yeah. Definitely, now that the weather has settled down, starting to find a bit of pace with De Vries. Seitz is boxing. Seitz was on full wets. Is he going to Inter so soon? Or has he just destroyed those tyres by going too early? He destroyed his tyres by going so early. So a new set of full wets. That's the trouble with the full wets. If you go too early, they just get ruined before you even get the chance to utilise them. We are pushing these tyres really hard at the moment. You kind of have to. And yeah, De Vries is very, very close to catching Norris now. Just a second or so behind him.
Use and deploy when you can.
Copy.
Used energy.
Copy.
Leclerc's only a corner behind us.
Big PU cooling.
Yeah, copy that.
Yellow flag. Lock it for Zhou, that doesn't help us. As we come up to lap Bottas. Another yellow flag. Is that Zhou again? It is! Zhou's really struggling.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
Yeah.
Recharge on. Recharge on.
Copy.
Bring the pack up.
Copy that.
Oh, Bottas, you prick. You utter bastard. God damn it. We are just getting no luck at all.
Slow down.
Okay.
Look after front tyres.
Copy.
Save fuel.
Copy that.
Try and stabilise these tyre temps a little bit. I might actually have to, I really don't want to, but I might have to box and go for a new set of full wets. We are going back to Inters in about 10 minutes. Let's just try and preserve what's left of these tyres now, I think.
So we need to back off.
I think we've lost our opportunity to get past Norris. Tsunoda's just making no headway on Stroll at all. At least we got Tsunoda past Norris, or kept Tsunoda away, Norris behind Tsunoda, and then he's got a 5-second gap. But we need to see if we can time this next round of pit stops just right. Take advantage of that. Well, you know what they say, the rain in Spain falls mainly on my hopes and dreams and floods washes them away without a care in the world. Minutes, according to that. It's still getting wetter. And that's Charles Leclerc about to lap us. Oh, yellow flag, please. Oh, that's Stroll?
Yellow in the straight. Yellow in the straight.
Yes, a lock-up for Stroll.
Conditions on track really not great. The brakes couldn't cope, and you can't afford to do something like that when dealing with these sort of conditions.
That happened in reality. That could well have been race over for Stroll. He could well easily have got beached in that gravel there.
No saving required.
Yeah, confirm.
That is something I'd like to see added in the next game.
Push more.
Copy.
Cars getting stuck in gravel traps. There goes Leclerc. Now, if we can keep our pace up, maybe this will give us an opportunity to have a stab at Norris again. Although, given how quickly Leclerc just scampered away from us, maybe not. I think we're more likely to get lapped by Perez and Verstappen before we even get within a sniff of Norris. Another yellow flag. Oh, god damn it, Yuki.
I know it's difficult, but keep focus, Yuki.
Now this was on the straight. Oh, and the car locks up. What caused that, I wonder?
These tyres are almost dead.
And slow down, Yuki. Slow down.
Copy.
Charge on.
Copy.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Affirm.
And here come the Red Bulls. The sister team is going to lap us at half distance. That's not good at all. Going backwards at the moment. Cannot stress how much I need those new wings at Montreal. New engines as well. Water level is finally starting to drop, just about in time.
Good to push.
Copy.
It's been a disaster of a race, but we can still keep the sponsors happy with a 2 cars in the top 15 finish. Trying to earn a little bit of extra cash, because God knows we're going to need it this year. Those new engine bits that we have to buy. £20 million bill heading our way very soon.
Sorry.
Don't worry, keep focus.
Just trying to get the battery back up and running so that we can sprint when we get onto those inters.
Charge is good.
Copy.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy that.
Oh, for God's sake, Sonoda, what is going on today?
Very bad.
Everything can happen in this race, so we just keep our head down, keep focus.
Oh my God, it's too early to box for the inters.
Back off, back off, back off.
We just cannot stop making mistakes.
Lift off to avoid instability. Box.
It's going to be slightly early.
We think it's good for Inter.
think. Oh, actually, no, that's coming down pretty quick. Box de Vries. Yeah, given how quick that's coming down, we need to box de Vries this lap.
Box, box.
Copy box.
We think it's Inter. Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Copy that.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Box.
Box, Slippy.
Copy. The entry.
.6, not bad.
Quarter one on exit.
That's decent, 2.4.
Track is clear.
And the track is going to be into condition very, very quickly now.
Back off.
Yeah, understood.
Use energy.
Anything.
Use deploy, use deploy.
Right, Albon boxes. Norris is staying out, so we've got a chance to get De Vries back in front of Norris. And no idea where Tsunoda's going to come out. So we're going to see a massive flurry of activity in the pits soon, I think. I wonder if some of these wet runners are going to try and stay on those wets. That would be glorious if that happens. That would really give us a chance. I mean, Albon has made the switch. Oh, there's Magnussen boxing. That's got to be for Inters. Yeah, Ferrari mechanics are out. They've got Inters. Inters going on there. Leclerc is in.
We've got no energy, no energy.
Norris has stayed out again.
Recharge on, recharge on. No DRS available, no DRS available.
Back off now.
Copy.
Right, the longer they stay out, the better for us. Valtteri gets lapped again. Now Perez is in, and still Norris stays out. Oh, this is awesome. So you're going to see a real improvement in our times against the AI now. Slower than Norris. There we go. Tsunoda's getting it dialed in a bit now. Not a good lap for De Vries. De Vries did have to fight his way past Bottas. Maybe he got held up. This needs to be a good lap though. Norris stays ahead of us. I'm going to be pissed. Gasly's in. Stroll is in. Now Norris boxes. It's a clean and quick stop. De Vries should get him. He does. Where's Tsunoda going to shake out in all this? Back up to 16th. It's still a long way off Norris. And Hülkenberg, the only driver yet to box now for Inters. It's time to push these tyres again.
Okay, we can push one more step on tyres.
Copy.
As long as Yuki stops making stupid mistakes, we can still get 15th place. And now Hülkenberg is boxed. And he's still a long way ahead of Nick De Vries. So 14th and 15th is the best we can hope for, I think, tonight.
Big lift now.
Copy.
Hamilton and Sainz coming up behind Tsunoda. Last thing we need is to have to keep pulling over to let faster cars through. But they are lapping 2 seconds a lap faster than us, so it's not that surprising. Right, a little lift to let Lewis through. Have to do it again now for Sainz. And that's Ocon just a few seconds back there. This could become the story of Yuki's afternoon now. Every time he tries to get close to Norris, he has to pull over and let someone through to lap him. Rain is about to change. Let's just go all out on these tyres.
We can push flat out on tyres.
Copy.
It's a risk, especially with Yuki's confidence being so erratic, making so many mistakes, but we've got to do something to close that gap to Norris before we get onto this next set of wets. Is the rain going to be here to the end? Yeah, it's about to get heavy again, and then it'll be full wets till the end. Or at least that's the prediction. As you can see there. Might dip just into territory in the last couple of laps, but yeah, there'll be no point boxing at that point. Gained a second on Norris on that lap. Exactly a second. Just a couple more laps. And then we're going to be boxing. Yellow flag, and it's not Sonoda this time. Joe again. He's having almost as bad a race as Yuki. You always chuckle when De Vries outruns Yuki. I don't. Having serious thoughts about, you know, not renewing Yuki's contract for next season. Replacing him with Schumacher. Right, Russell boxes. Is that for wets? If it is, that's too early. He's gone a lap too soon. He's going to take a fair bit of life out of those tyres. It's going to be just about right for us though. We're boxing this lap. By the time we get round to the pits, it'll be about wet weather by the time we get out of them again. Less so for Nick, but definitely for Yuki. It'll be pretty much perfect for him.
Copy. In the pit lane.
Box slippy, caution.
Copy that. D83.
Ah, damn it. Norris has come in this lap as well, unfortunately. Quick stop, but it's an okay stop.
Clear on exit.
Ah. Held for Sargent coming in then, I think. Oh no, not Sargent. Now we got held on the exit. Felt like we got held a little bit longer than we should have been. Oh god, I thought we were going to have contact in the first corner.
You can use energy.
Yeah, copy.
We need to
Right,
protect
let's
the
not
front
absolutely
tyres.
destroy the tyres this time round. So De Vries is comfortably clear of Norris now. We haven't got to worry about Norris. Sonoda is now closing that gap to Norris quite quickly thanks to our pushing at the end of the inter-stint and the fact that Norris is getting lapped now. That's why I'm pushing hard to try and stay behind Russell.
Charge on, charge on.
See if we can
Okay.
capitalise on that. Any limits to how far you can take researching next year's car? No, you can, as soon as the research starts, you know, in March, no, is it April? Might be March. But, you know, after, you know, that first regulation vote to decide on the changes to next year's car, you can then start researching, and you can do that all the way through until researching closes at the end of the year. So if you wanted to, you could just not upgrade your car at all throughout the season, or just do maybe the first round of upgrades and stop as soon as research opens and just switch entirely to research for the rest of the season. You would be really far off the pace next season, but you would get a massive leg up in terms of the regulation changes. But unless you're having major regulation changes, it's probably not really worth doing that. Although I have set limits, no, because we're already running this new hard car development setting, so we don't know how that's going to affect our development across the season or how much it's going to affect our researching for next season. So we're going to do at least one season before we even consider adding in, you know, limits to regulations. Limits to research and development, etc.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
Right, this is where Norris is going to get laps. He's going to have a big lift on the main straight. This gives our chance to close that gap right up. And we're inside a second. Oh, and the engine has finally ticked over to its lower wear rate. That does not help. The spread is crazy. Yeah, it's rain can always do that, especially in season 1 when you've got such a wide variety in performance of cars. You know, as regulations keep bringing the field a bit closer together, it's less so, but yeah, you can get some really crazy results with wet races in season 1, especially early in the season as well, like this.
Do what you can to keep the tyres cool.
Copy that.
And small lift off to the
Take the
tires.
sting out of the heat.
Yeah, okay.
So slow.
Copy that.
We've got Alonso lurking in the background. There he is. He's lapping about a second faster than us as well. Second and a half. Now that we've dropped our tyre pace down a bit. Tsunoda is actually catching Albon half a second a lap. We haven't got enough pace at the moment to actually get that gap down enough, but if we can find that little bit more pace, maybe we could just sneak De Vries onto the back of Albon. There's no real benefit to trying to hunt him down. As long as we stay ahead of Norris with De Vries and get Tsunoda past him, that's all we can really hope to achieve in this race. You know, pushing for 13th isn't going to do us anything in the championship. Still not scoring any points. De Vries is already high enough in the positionings for the sponsors. We just need to get Tsunoda up into the top 15. He is just not quite on the pace of Norris, but his confidence is slowly coming back. And the tyre temps are coming down, which is excellent. That's what we need. Just let those tyres cool a bit before we start pushing them hard again. We can probably push fuel like this to the end of the race now. We might have to maybe ease off a little bit with De Vries. 1.6 kilos is a lap of fuel here at Barcelona, and we are a lap down, so we have a little bit more leeway at the moment before we have to ease off again. flash of yellow. Someone made a mistake. Alonso. Oh, that's
Let's
excellent.
take a closer look.
Because Alonso was
Keep
sneaking up
watching
onto the back of
Alonso
us.
with this one. Things were going smoothly.
So that takes the
And
pressure
the
off.
car
We're not going
fails
to get,
respond.
you know, a blue
But that's
flag
just the
anytime
risk you
soon
take.
now.
The later you leave it.
And we're starting to find a little bit of pace to Norris again. We're taking a lot of time out of him. Taking half a second out of him on this lap at least. I wonder if it's because we were overheating the tyres. Have they actually patched that in now, where if your tyres are too hot, then they do lose performance? I wonder if that's why we've been struggling. If they've snuck that in without actually mentioning it in the patch notes. Because if you look at the information here, it says in terms of your tyre temps. Where is it? Oops. You see, you have that tyre performance. I wonder if that's actually been fixed, because I mean, it hasn't worked at all. But I didn't see any notes in the patches to say that that had been fixed. So I think that's the secret as to why our pace has been so erratic when we've been pushing the tyres. Look how much we're suddenly closing Norris down. Because we have been pushing those tyres too much. And, you know, losing performance as well as, you know, vastly hurting the life of them as well. Let's thrash the tyres for a... Actually, let's not do it with Tsunoda. Let's do it with De Vries.
Slow down.
Yeah, copy.
So you got to push.
Yeah, copy that.
Because if that is the case, then that's one of the reasons why we've been struggling so much in these last couple of races. We've been pushing the tyres hard and just not getting the performance out of them at the same time as just drastically reducing their life. I don't know, it's confusing. Because according to this, the tyre performance is still excellent. Maybe that is just an indicator as to what our tyre performance is in relation to its wear, its current wear. Makes no sense. De Vries was 0.8 quicker. Oh, he just locked up, didn't he? Yeah.
Keep pushing, mate.
Alright, we're still comfortably clear of Norris.
You need to look after the tyres.
Copy.
We go charge on.
Copy.
Stay close to the cars in front.
Water level's coming down. We need to really push the tyre hard now while we can, while we've got a chance to cool it down relatively quickly. It is going to go into territory for the last couple of laps. Getting this overtake done would be a huge boost of confidence for Tsunoda. Why not driving clean air? Because you're driving off the racing line, so you're compromising your entry and exit from corners. It's slower, and you don't get the slipstream either. It's fine to sort of pop into clean air to try and set up a move, but if you're trying to, get an overtake done, sometimes or trying to close a car down, the last thing you want to do is drive in clean air, because you'll just sacrifice your position. Come on, Yuki, get it done, get it done. He's out of battery.
Charge on.
Push those tyres. There we go. Move is done. Yuki is back into very high confidence. Whew.
So we need to back off.
Copy.
Maybe just take it easy on the straight.
Copy.
Okay, we charge on, recharge on.
Copy.
Alright, I really hope we can see an improvement in pace for Yuki now. It's something that is very unlikely that we're going to see, but a racing line in the wet, a dry line appearing is something I'd like to see as well, because then you could theoretically try and stretch out your tyres a little bit in the wet, by telling your drivers to drive in clean air or drive off the racing line to find those puddles in the standing water to cool your tyres down and stop them from overheating as the track is drying up, because that is something that really drivers have been doing for years and years and years in Formula One. I'd love to see that brought in, but that's probably quite a complicated coding. So I don't have many hopes for that. Oh, God damn it, now De Vries is making mistake after mistake.
We can focus on our race now.
He's still clear. He's still where he needs to be, but he can't afford to keep doing that.
Bring the pack up.
Copy.
So take it easy in the fast corners.
Copy.
Lift off, save fuel.
Yeah, copy.
6 to go.
Yeah, you can see we were nearly a second faster than Norris on that last lap with Tsunoda, and we were harvesting the whole way through. But I am now a little concerned that De Vries might be vulnerable, because that lockup has, those two lockups have really shredded his tyre. Right, Alonso is catching back up. After his little whoopsie.
We push on tires.
Copy. How many laps to go?
5 to go. We can just focus on charging the pack.
Copy.
Yeah, it's been another disappointing race. Our drivers making a myriad of mistakes. It has really hurt us tonight. We had maybe an outside chance of some points.
Yeah, something feels strange.
But Sonoda's made so many mistakes tonight. De Vries is making mistakes now. I mean, luckily there's been nothing to play for when he's made those mistakes, but it's not been good. I just hope our performance is definitely going to be better in the next race because we're going to be using new engines in the next race, but I'm really hoping that those wings will give us some extra performance as well, because we are screaming for, you know, improvements in downforce, reductions in drag, massive improvements in dirty air performance. Yeah, our car is not in good shape. It's a very real risk that we won't be threatening for points again at any point this season. Alright, 2 laps to go.
Be 3 to go.
Copy.
It's 2, we're a lap down.
You can lift off to avoid instability.
Copy.
Overtake button.
Copy.
Looks like Perez is going to win this one. And Leclerc hold off Max. This is going to be Perez's first win of the season. Max has won 6 of the 7 previous races. I think it was Leclerc who got the other win.
Recharge on.
Copy.
This will be last lap.
The tires is good.
Copy.
We're good to
And there we go. It is the reverse of the Monaco podium. Perez wins from Leclerc and Verstappen is in 3rd place. Sainz is a long way back in 4th. We are comfortably clear from Norris, so it looks like we're going to hang on. And at the very least, you know, we're going to fulfill our sponsor obligations, but it's not been a great race for us. It's not been a great run of races for us now. We missed out on points in Miami because we just weren't effective enough in the wet. We had, you know, an okay race at Imola. We had a poor race at Monaco, and we've got a poor race tonight as well. But at least both cars are finished, and we haven't sustained any damage. So, you know, baby steps. And there we go, we finish in convoy across the line, 14th and 15th place.
Very well.
Yeah, I think that is
a long season.
Well, we've lots to talk about today. For the moment, though, there's Zhou Guanyu.
It's a P18 finish, and let me assure you, no one wants to find themselves down there.
And onto the podium goes Sergio Perez, and he's certainly in good company there.
That gives them their first win of the season, and it was really well deserved.
And by the looks of things here in Barcelona, the party's only just beginning. And down there in the Alpha Tauri garage, Karun, what would they be making of that race, do you think?
They did okay today, I'd say. I mean, we're talking about such a competitive field, and all things considered, the drivers did all right.
And with that, our time in Barcelona is done.
For the next round, the teams are travelling to the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal.
So, confirmation then of the final result. Perez wins from Leclerc and then Max Verstappen. Sainz in 4th, Hamilton 5th, Russell 6th. Ocon up 3 places to finish in 7th. It was a disappointing weekend for Aston Martin. Alonso dropping 4 places to finish in 8th. And Stroll dropping 2 places. Not a bad fight back for him, considering his little mishap with Gasly on lap 1. And he recovers back up to 10th place and gets the final point. If we look at the bottom half of the table, you can see the Haas stayed where they were. Albon gained a place at the expense of De Vries. Tsunoda stayed where he was. Norris gained 3. Sargent up 1. Zhou up 2. Bad race for Bottas and bad race for Piastri. Both of them being caught up in an incident on the first lap as well. Let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Max with 16 points thanks to that fastest lap. Gets his 8th consecutive podium this season. The win for Perez means the gap is now just 40 points between the two, and that also extends his gap over Charles Leclerc as well. 32 points the gap there. Alonso losing ground. He is now 14 points behind Leclerc, which ironically is the amount of points he failed to score against Charles today. Sainz jumps Stroll with his strong 12 points to jump 5 points clear of Stroll now. Good points for Hamilton, keeps him in 7th, but does close the gap to Stroll a little bit. Decent points for Russell. The Alpines both chipping in with some decent points for them. They're closing up again in the inter-team battle there. No points for anybody else, so as they were in the standings. And let's take a look at the constructors. 41 points for Red Bull puts them on 340. They are 158 points clear of Ferrari, who do move back into 2nd place, thanks to some good points for them there today. But yeah, they're still a long way off. Aston Martin losing a lot of ground against Ferrari, losing 25 points today. That gap now is 19 points. Decent points for Mercedes, as we said. They're still a long way off Aston though. Alpine getting 8 points. They're kind of treading water at the moment in 5th. No points for Haas, no points for us. We stay as we were, and still Williams, McLaren and Alfa yet to score. Take a look at the pit stops, and it was a good weekend for McLaren, 1st and 2nd in the pit stop challenge, with a 2.4 second stop for each drivers. Ferrari 3rd, Aston in 4th, Alpine 5th. Yuki gets himself into 6th place. No good stop for De Vries, unfortunately, so just the 8 points gained for us this weekend. McLaren jumping 3 places in the standings at the expense of us in particular. We are 6 points behind them now. Say big points for McLaren, and it's a little disappointing that we couldn't improve our pit stop consistency going into this Grand Prix. We had a lot of pit stops, a lot of chances to get a decent time in for both drivers. We managed it on the 3rd attempt with Yuki, but never came close with De Vries, and we actually had a stuck wheel nut on his 2nd stop, which did not help either. In terms of driver activity, 1 successful overtake, 3 failed for Nick De Vries, 4 successful defences, 2 failed. For Yuki, good defence, but just making too many mistakes. 12 successful defences, 3 failed, 2 successful overtakes, and 4 failed. Yeah, we need more consistency and more control from our drivers at the moment. And we did get a bit more experience for Lawson as well. So with the sponsors, we gained a little bit of money for our finish position incentive, getting 1 in the top 15, I think it was. And then for the guarantees, we got both cars into Q2, and we got both to finish in the top 15 there. So, or to qualify in the top 15. Was our finish position 2 in the top 15? I think it might have been, not sure. But we've come out with 2.6 mil, so we've gained about $500,000 on what we would normally have come out with. Again, we really need that money. And we have 8.2 mil in the bank, and we're getting close to the point where we can actually buy a new engine, which we'll be doing in Canada. We won't be running the new engine there, but we will be buying the new engine in Canada. We have got cars failing inspections. What have we lost? A rear wing. Let's replace that. And replace the side pod. We don't need to manufacture a spare rear wing because we're going to have a new one in time for the next race. And then we need to replace the chassis because that's failed. Replace the rear wing. So we've got no spare rear wings now. But as I say, new one's coming in just a couple of days. And replace the underfloor. So let's take a look at our stock room. We need 2 more underfloors. We need 2 more suspensions, 2 more chassis, 2 more side pods. We don't have a lot of spaces left for actual manufacturing. We are working on underfloors. We're going to oh no, hang on. We can't extend that if we want to get our wings done. So we'll just have to go in with 1 spare underfloor. That should hopefully be enough, and then we'll make another one once we've got the wings done. We're already working on the suspensions, and the chassis is not too far away. Again, we would need another one of those, but we have to wait until we've got the wings in place before we can go back to making another chassis. So we'll have 1 spare chassis and 1 spare underfloor at the next race. We should hopefully have a spare suspension as well. If we're really lucky, we'll actually get the second suspension, second spare suspension on the day of the Grand Prix itself. So, right, let's check the inbox. We've just dealt with car inspection. Let's have a look. Another weekend where Teo is not on the podium. This time it's Fittipaldi with the win. Kushmaini in 2nd, Doohan in 3rd. We got our scouting back on Dennis Hauger. Let's have a look and compare him to Mr. Lawson. Liam is definitely better overall. Right, let's continue our scouting. We did mark a few that we wanted to take a look at. So let's look at Iwasa next. There we go. And that is where we're going to end tonight's race stream. So, what time is it? Let's have a look. It is just before 11 o'clock. So I'm going to take a bit of a break for about half an hour or so, get something to eat because I'm a little hungry. And then I will be back online again in about half an hour or so with some more Robocop. I enjoyed streaming that last night. It will be another no commentary stream. I'll probably just say hello at the beginning and then just won't talk for the rest of it till the end. like last night, but yeah, I'm having a blast with that game, so I'll be playing some more of that, give you guys a bit more footage. The game itself does launch tomorrow for general release. Obviously, if you pre-ordered the Alex Murphy edition, you have that 48-hour early access, same as me, so you'll have had access to that since yesterday morning. But yeah, I hope you'll be back for a little bit of RoboCop. If you're not, we will be back at the usual time of 8 p.m. for Canada tomorrow night. And yeah, new wings, new engines. Hopefully we'll see an upturn in performance and a little upturn in luck as well, because it's been a rough couple of weekends for us with today and Monaco in particular. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Joe Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.